Tonight in the Hero Junior World Cup, it's about honor. It's about making your heart swell. It's not about how you start, but it's whether you finish well. Tonight we are at the Major Dhyanchand National Stadium. There's 9th place at stake, but any sporting contest between Pakistan and India is beyond score lines, beyond context, and most definitely beyond the eventual reward on offer. It's a near-packed house at the Major Dhyanchand Stadium in New Delhi because Pakistan are taking on India in what should be a high-voltage encounter. The eventual reward being 9th place in the Hero Junior World Cup. And we are all set to go in front of a sporting crowd. And it's safe to say that most of them will be rooting for India this evening. India walking out in yellow, Pakistan in their green. Both teams having recorded some convincing victories in their last match, the classification games that they played. Pakistan beating South Africa 4-0 and India overcoming Argentina 4-2, which has led to the situation for both of them after some good performances in the closing stages of their pool fixtures as well. And that is why they have done as well as they have. It's a big match, and we have the Indian senior team as well looking on and hoping that some of their younger counterparts come up with a good performance. On screen, on the right, Leandro Negre, who's of course the president of the International Hockey Federation, and alongside him Arun Jaitley, leader of the opposition in Rajya Sabha, the upper house of Indian Parliament. And they will be introduced to the two teams. Always a special contest. India and Pakistan also played a memorable encounter in the Senior World Cup when it was staged right here on this very ground just a little over 3 years ago. That was on the opening night. This is the last proceedings for both these teams. And now he'll be meeting some of the Indian players. The cheers will just get louder as and when the Indian players are spotted on the giant screen in front of what is easily the most sizable turnout in this entire Hero Junior World Cup. Always a moment of truth when they see themselves on the giant screen. Some people a little more conscious than the others. Well, this match is for the 9th and 10th place, but first of all, we'll have the national anthems of the two teams. And we'll begin, of course, with Pakistan, followed by India, the home side. electricity coming through your TV monitors, wherever you're watching, because when Pakistan take on India, there's always going to be some sparks around, and it remains to be seen at the end of 70 minutes which of these two teams will be sharing the spoils. It's not been the best of Junior World Cups for the two subcontinental brothers, but they want to finish it off on a high in this particular match. Pakistan, this is how they line up. The big news for them, number 18, Arsalan Qadir is back after his suspension. Their two top goal scorers, Mohammad Dilbar, watch out for him, number 9, because the Indian defenders will certainly do that. And Ahmad Shakil Butt, number 14, has also been quite exceptional. Both of them with 3 goals apiece. And the captain, Umar Bhutta, has been quite instrumental in giving Manzoor Ul Hassan some memorable moments right through this Hero Junior World Cup. Their opposite numbers, India. Today they're missing Ramandeep Singh because of his injury picked up in the last match. But never mind, they have Gurjinder Singh, who's joined 3rd highest scorer thus far in this Hero Junior World Cup with 5 goals, all of them penalty corner conversions. 2 goals also for number 11, Mandeep Singh. And they are, of course, coached by Greg Clark, who was coach of the Springboks for 7 years, including in the 2008 and 2012 Olympics. Now with the India junior team. Paul Walker is one of the umpires from England, on the far side from where we are sitting, and to our right it's Jonas van Heck of the Netherlands, and Bruce Bale, who's been doing the video umpire duties for most of these matches in this Hero Junior World Cup, will also be performing the same today. What's at stake is the 9th position, but it's worth much more. The volume decibels are already very high as India get things moving, defending their goal on the right in yellow, and up against them in green is Pakistan defending their goal on the left. And alongside me, Devan Sen in the commentary box is a man who knows all about the tensions of India-Pakistan encounters, having coached India in a few of them. A very good evening to you, Cedric D'Souza.
Very good evening, Devan. A crackerjack of a game ahead of us. Both teams playing probably their best hockey in the last couple of matches. And I think the important thing for us is to see a great spectacle of sport between two rival nations who are traditionally the best, in the old school of thought, the best hockey nation in the world.
Absolutely, lots and lots of quality between the two of them. We know all about India's 8 Olympic goals, but don't forget Pakistan at senior level, 3 goals themselves in the Olympics. 4 victories in the World Cup as against India's 1 in the senior, and 3 Champions Trophy successes as well. But here comes India though. Talwinder Singh, who's been one of their more impressive performers right through, dazzling the Pakistan defense, but eventually they recover and get the ball away.
A good run by Talwinder, coming deep into the circle. They're trying to find a foot so that he can get a penalty corner. Unfortunately for him, the Pakistan team doing very well to take the ball out of defense.
Well, there's no doubt, comparatively, both teams are almost at an even keel, but India perhaps with the bigger artillery when it comes to penalty corners. And if they do win that contest, then they will be perhaps considered favourites just by a little bit of margin. Gurjinder Singh will be the intended recipient of some of those penalty corners. That's what he was looking for there.
Well, a good run. He comes into the circle. He has 3 or 4 Pakistani defenders closing him down, and he tried to find a foot, but he didn't. He was not successful in that. And actually, a nice take by the Pakistan defense.
Their confidence will have been boosted by their previous performance in their classification game, beating South Africa 4-0, more than the 4 that they got in, not conceding a goal, especially coming back after having conceded 6 against Germany in one of their pool matches. And India also that heartbreak in the encounter against Korea. Will probably never live it down, but they need to put it behind on this evening. They certainly did against Argentina, beating them 4-2.
I think a lot of Pakistan's turnaround came when they drew with Belgium 2-2. That was then you saw Pakistan coming into their own and showing some of the hockey they're capable of playing. India, on the other hand, has played had just one loss against the Netherlands in the beginning, and they came out of the medals, just for that one loss.
Possession now for Pakistan. For the first time, a chance for them to establish some control over pace and proceedings. All the way back to Mohammad Tawseek, who's been one of their outstanding players. In the end, Tasabar unable to keep it in play. Tasabar a pass. It's a good, useful run coming in from Satbir Singh, but unable to find any of his Indian teammates. What's good to see already is the good positive intent from the Indians.
But Satbir gets the ball, he comes into the 25-yard and looking for a through ball, and Talwinder not in the position to receive that. Talwinder should have made a faster lead, and he probably got the ball.
One thing you cannot accuse Greg Clark is of having a poker face, so we'll expect in a high-intensity clash like this for him to have a lot of, a few moments of emotion, let's just put it that way. Of course, these two teams did meet in the Sultan of Johor Cup recently, where India were quite comfortable winners.
But talking about coaches, I think the most important thing is to have good body language, which is transferred onto the pitch. If you start yelling and shouting and showing yourself as a person who is indisciplined, automatically it rubs off on the team.
And when you're told that by a man who was at the helm of affairs for the Indian senior team for a good couple of spells, then you better take it seriously.
The main thing is not to put pressure on the players. They have enough pressure on themselves instead of adding to it.
That's a lovely long ball from Amit Rohidas. And Satbir just fighting and scrapping enough for it to win a free hit for the Indians. Quickly taken. He's starting the game at blitzing space. That's what the Indians are looking to do. Gurjinder Singh moving up, sweeping this ball through, looking for a deflection, but nothing comes through. No problems at all for Mazhar Abbas in the Pakistan goal.
Well, the most important thing in Gurjinder's drag is that every striker should make the gaps and move to receive the ball. That is very important. You see the three strikers standing in the same positions and not moving to receive it, or offering themselves for a pass or a deflection.
Gurjinder has had a couple of good games, even though India went out of medal contention, as Cedric mentioned. Had a pretty handy outing against Korea. Let's not forget, he has those 5 goals against his name. Only Christopher Ruhr of Germany and Yoo Seung-ju of Korea have scored more than him, both of them with 8 goals, and Maxime Plenavaux of Belgium has also pumped in 5 goals himself. Rizwan cannot keep it in play. They must watch out for these errors, the Pakistani team. Mandeep Singh pushed off the ball. What was he now?
But what he was doing was shielding the ball with his body, not allowing the Pakistan defender to tackle. And as much as the crowd wanted a penalty corner, it was a clean obstruction by Mandeep Singh and a foul against India.
So early doors, as one would expect in a game like this. 10 start. This is a chance for Pakistan, and it's been found its way in. Mohammad Dilwar with the pass, and it was beautifully finished off. Pakistan have a 1-0 lead, and pretty much against the run of play.
Well, a long ball played inside, past the left foot of the Indian defender Rohitas, and a lovely pass across the circle, away from the diving outstretched arm of Harjot, and a simple tip-in for the Pakistani player on the wide.
So Rizwan Ali with the first goal of the night, and perhaps from a neutral's perspective, the ideal start that one would have wanted.
I think the defense as well ball watching. There was nobody marking Ali Rizwan on the side there, on the extreme post. There had to be someone there, especially when the ball is coming from the right on the flank.
Very quick vision and quick feet as well from Mohammad Dilwar to create that opportunity, and good unselfish play. Now with their tails up, the Pakistan team moves forward. Rizwan dispossessed. Manpreet, the Indian captain, who's had a bit of a quiet Hero Junior World Cup. The one game where he looked a little impressive in patches was when India began dominating proceedings against Korea. Rohidas, long ball. Talwinder unable to keep this one in play. Also important to quieten the crowd down, isn't it, from Pakistan's perspective to have scored?
Well, I think it's just egging the crowd on more to cheer them on for the local team.
Slipped through, picked up by the captain, almost lost his footing, but did well to retain his composure and also possession of the ball. Down to the left, Ahmad Butt setting this one in. It's very much inside the box, but in the end, the infringement going against the Pakistani forwards.
When the ball comes into the circle,
Okay, yeah, okay. Yes. Rich, can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you. Before I saw the foot of Pakistani player, they reckon the Indian was hitting and therefore protecting the ball or hitting the Pakistani player, and they claim a short corner. Can you check it for me?
Okay, checking for a foul on the attacker first before the foot.
Yeah, thank you.
So looking for the foul before it hits the Pakistan foot. Anything in that evidence?
but he misses the ball, and that's what Pakistan probably saying it was dangerous because he missed the ball.
Anxious moments all around. Not least of all for Dr. Batra.
Hi, Gareth. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I have a decision for you. It's a penalty corner. Pakistan keeps their referral.
Thank you.
And a successful referral. Could be a big moment here for Pakistan. Because while India have that arsenal of the penalty corners, but it's Pakistan who have earned the first one. And with a 1-0 score behind them, if they can pull away with the second goal, then that'll really turn the screws on this young Indian team.
Well, Pakistan have got 3 flickers, and Tausif Ahmed, Muhammad Bilal and Ahmad Butt. There are 3 flickers there. We're going to see which person come on top of the circle for the flick.
Ahmad is the one with number 14. He's second in the picture from right. And the one deep in discussion is Tausif. So one would think it'll be either one of those two men. Tausif will probably take a position closer to us on top of the D. And to his left, it will be the number 14, Ahmad Shakil Butt.
Yes, get ready.
Tausif already has a penalty corner goal. It was the winner against Egypt in their opening encounter. And he's the one with a little bit of a run-up now. Oh, that's nerves, isn't it? And the Indians pull away with the ball. Can they make them pay for this? Mandeep. Through on to Pradeep. Look how far up the Indians have pushed. And that creates an opportunity for Pakistan if they can keep going here. Arsalan Qadir.
Well, talking about that penalty corner, is not only a bad push, which the halter could not stop, but there was no Pakistan player on the overlap to even to stop that ball in case it came badly. And the ball came rolled over for an Indian counter-attack.
Possession though still with the Pakistanis as they move forward, and eventually the danger is subdued. This was the penalty corner again. Almost missed it completely.
And not a single guard defender from Pakistan there too.
And this is Mohammad Dilbar, as always looking threatening when he moves forward, but in the process also pulled up. Well, they may be one ahead, but that penalty corner and the execution, or rather the lack of it, suggesting that both these teams are feeling the pinch of this high voltage encounter. And often the case, isn't it? In most sporting contests, it's also the team which handles the nerves better which goes on to win.
Well, I think more than 50% of the battle is in the head, and then how you can control yourself, how you can compose yourself, at the same time be aggressive enough So it's a battle between the ears.
Just the last few minutes, Pakistan have settled down quite nicely, especially at the back. However, this is a turnover. Nicely done by Pradeep Moore. Spreading it out through to the right, and an adventurous run from Malak Singh. Gives a long corner for the Indians. Looking for a foot. Again, Pradeep Moore looking to work his way through. Long corner yet again. Satbir Singh. Both teams just being told by umpire Walker to make sure that the stick contact is kept to a minimum as and when necessary. There's Gurjinder, quite happy to move forward and get those long balls in, but this has been intercepted by Pakistan. Dilbar didn't quite get the perfect first touch. Also the ball through to him could have been with a bit more pace perhaps. But here come India. Once again Satbir Singh, he's got some options inside the box, looking to find them. It's the Pakistani defence which yet again regroups. They're doing a pretty fine job at the moment, Cedric, of soaking up the pressure.
Well, I think India's playing well in terms of patches, moving the ball up front. But the Pakistan defence holding its own, being able to keep that stick flat, putting pressure on the first hit, closing down spaces, doing a good job all in all.
Oh, this was slipped through and it wasn't too far away from Imran Khan. Just needed to bring it under his control perhaps.
Well, a nice pass from Talvinder, I think it was basically. Akashdeep to Imran Khan, but he misses the ball. He just had to get his body a little more turned towards the ball, as well as get his body a little downwards, bend a little bit and he would have got that ball easily.
And all in here, irrespective of nationality, irrespective of preference in terms of which team they would want to see win. This is one that you don't want to miss. Pakistan and India. A game of percentages and a game where heroes are made and legends are born. Sukhmanjeet Singh on to Gurjinder Singh. I would think by and large in balance, India have probably held the ball for longer periods. But just not been able to find that final incisive pass into the box. Maybe this is the one. Goes for a reverse hit but hits the side. Again, Imran Khan in a good position.
Well, Malak Singh plays his ball inside. The Pakistani players are waiting for the whistle, and the umpire played the advantage rule. Ball played in by Malak, played to Imran. Imran had a quick shot, but just wide. He could have had a little more time with that ball. He didn't have to hit it so, in such a hurry. I think what Pakistan is doing well is they're hurrying the Indian players to take the shots at goal, as well as to make some mistakes in their passes.
Into the 15th minute. Not only will they be pleased about the scoreline, the Pakistanis, but also the fact that they haven't given India a single penalty corner opportunity. Oh, and this was a chance at the other end. Getting very close to getting a second of the night.
Well, that cross ball coming in hard and true, but I think what happened was Pradeep Moore had covered his man very well by doing the frontal marking. The ball hit the stick of the Pakistani player and just would tickled off the baseline.
Both teams quite trigger happy in terms of slapping in hard balls. This was a similar attempt. Remember, the own goal rule is still in function at this Hero Junior World Cup. And that puts into perspective the defending by Pradeep Moore, allowing that ball to come on to the stick of Mohammad Adnan, who was not able to do much with it.
Nice one-hand tackle by Gurjinder, cutting down the line, down the flank ball.
Yes, in particular, his performance against South Africa, or rather Argentina, in their previous match was top class, both when going forward for the penalty corners and also in defending. Kept the Argentinian forwards at bay for most part of that match. Adnan, once again, very good interception. Most seats have been taken at the Major Dhyan Chand National Stadium. Just a bit quiet at the moment, but just hang on to your horses if and when India score.
India needs to push 3 players up into the circle and keep them 2 on either post and 1 in the center. Pushing up into the circle, pushing the Pakistani defense deep, and allowing Gurjinder for the long balls to come inside.
This time his long ball does find Talvinder. And he does well enough to retain possession and extract the mistake out of Rizwan. Gurjinder. Excellent recovery from Pradeep Moore. Also wins a free hit for his team. Gurjinder once again putting 100% into every tackle that he executes.
But he's a strong lad, and he's got a lot of power behind those tackles of his. Puts his body behind the tackle and doesn't allow the person to go through so easily. Pakistan losing possession quite often. Easy turnovers, soft turnovers. They need to string a few passes together. Just like India is holding much more possession than Pakistani is at the moment.
Yes, moving forward, 1 man at a time. Have they found a foot there? Oh, very, very close to that. Akashdeep putting in a fabulous run down the left. But yet again, Pakistan defense is composed under pressure, but keeping their cool. Never mind the fact that it's a fight for 9th place, but we are seeing the best out of both India and Pakistan in this game.
The cardinal rule is never to play the ball from the left in the defense all the way through to the center line, to the center. And this Pakistani player just played this ball from the right pocket to the center of the top of the circle, which was missed by Harjeet. If Harjeet had got that ball, all he had to do was just take 3 steps and get into the circle.
Those numbers just proving that it's not about the possession, but it's more about what you do with it. Pakistan with just 30% possession, but the only shot thus far in this match, and the only goal. Perhaps India will find their reply here. Mandeep down the right. He's had a slightly subdued Hero Junior World Cup, even though he has got 2 goals for himself. This is sent in. It's a useful ball. Good save. Outstanding work to deny Malak Singh. Mazhar Abbas at the top of his game today. Malak Singh staying a constant threat by just hovering around the Pakistan goal mouth. And you get the impression that sooner or later, if he finds himself with the kind of space that he did the previous occasion, then he could just find his way across to the goal. But for that to happen, Mazhar Abbas might be forced to make a mistake, because his decision-making thus far as keeper has been top-notch. This time it's a good tackle coming in from the captain, Umar Bhutta, and he wins his team some time by retaining possession. Malak Singh has had a lively start, Cedric.
Yeah, you know, he's given some passes as well as gets into the circle, the right place, the right time. I think he's an overall very good player, and he's got this deft touches.
Right in there, right in the face of Mazhar Abbas, but the keeper doing well.
Keeper falling down, smothering the ball completely, and not allowing Malak to slip the ball into the goal.
Now some work for the Indian defense to do. Lots of very swift forwards, including this man, the lone goal scorer thus far today, Rizwan Ali. We've also got the number 9 who's just by the goal mouth, and he's looking for this one, but it's nicely done by Harjot as well. It's an immediate counter-offensive from the Indians. Look at the pace on this run from Talvinder.
A great tackle by Tausif. He knew he was going to get beaten. He threw his body, dived full length, and got that ball. He got a stick on the ball. If he had missed the ball, it was a clean penalty corner for India.
When your opponents play well, then it also forces you to raise your game, and that's what we are seeing thus far at the Major Dhyan Chand National Stadium. No clear-cut chances for India as yet, though. Imran Khan down to the right. Amit Rohidas will hit it in with a lot of ferocity, but no touch along the way.
Well, Amit hit the ball towards the first bar. The angle should have been towards the second bar for a tip-ins, because there were 2-3 Indian players standing free on the right-hand side, on the left-hand side on the second bar. He hit it to the first bar and went outside the line of play.
Pakistan will know that in any hockey match, especially in this Hero Junior World Cup and especially in India-Pakistan encounters, a one-goal advantage is just never enough. They want to try and get in another one, and the sooner it happens for them, the better it will be. They have won this free hit just about around the center line. Syed Shah sending this one up. Beautifully received by this man who's really impressed. Mohammad Dilbar got those 2 goals which Cedric talked about against Belgium when Pakistan found themselves leading 2-0 at one stage.
Well, if you look at it, Pakistan was leading 2-0 against Egypt too, and then came back to win 3-2. You know, one goal advantage doesn't mean a thing on this surface, and a 2-goal doesn't make a difference either, because if you're added to the fat lady sings, you never know.
That's a beautiful take. Once again moving forward with some good rhythm, but as always, Amit Rohidas doing a good job of ghosting his man. Pakistan captain Umar Bhutta. This time it's the Indian captain Manpreet who emerges with the ball. He's looking to find Imran, but it's been nicely stolen by Rizwan. Rizwan knows all about scoring important goals against India. Rizwan Jr. got the winner in the 5-4 victory over India in the semi-finals of the last Asian Champions Trophy, which was won by Pakistan. So had some good results at the Asian level in recent times, which has given them just a little bit of bragging rights. But India, of course, winners of the Sultan of Johor Cup, where one of the teams they beat included Pakistan. 4-0 that too on the night. Moving forward with purpose was Umair, but well dealt with by the Indian defense. Sukhmanjeet clearing the lines. Faisal Qadir looking to take advantage of that, but it results in possession for the Indians.
You look what India is doing is that they're holding when the strikers are moving the ball, they're looking for the ball only forward. They're not looking for the ball be played behind, themselves running up forward and waiting for a pass to come to them. In that way, you have numerical advantage in the opposition 25.
Yet again, a soft turnover in the end. They just played at a fantastic pace, both teams, and that might be having its effect now, going into the last 11 minutes or so. And that's what Greg Clark seems to be saying. Slow things down, guys. By far the best turnout thus far in this Hero Junior World Cup. Lots of tricolours. And on most nights, most of these people would also root for Pakistan, but not when they're playing India.
India has the power to rotate the ball faster. The ball speed is far too slow at the moment. You know, when they play the diagonal ball forward, it's very fast. But when they play the rotation ball at the back, it's kind of slow as compared to the diagonal ball forward. The faster they play the ball, the more the chances of breaking the Pakistani midfield, because the gaps will be created with the rotation ball.
Oh, that's another long ball which was sent in, and massively dangerous it was too, because not too far away from Umair.
Well, The biggest thing in this I'm watching is our Indian defense ball watching and not player marking properly, and that was a very close shave for us again.
And previously today we've already seen two decent quality sides make that mistake. England against Spain in their placement match, a few errors in defense, and later on it was South Africa who lost to Argentina 4-1. This has been turned in well, but yet again so beautifully dealt with in defense. Rizwan Jr. is having a blinder. Amit, turned very nicely by Sadbir. He's looking to get a shot going Akashdeep, but it's been given away to Pakistan possession. It's a speedy run coming through. Finds his man to just lose his sight of the ball a little bit, Umair, but sends it in nevertheless.
Well, a good movement by Pakistan, playing down the flank. A great lead by the centre striker to the wide to pick up that long ball. And his cross ball came in rising into the circle, so dangerous play and a free hit for India. It would have been better for him to play to the baseline if somebody had led to the baseline, one of his players led to the baseline, because that would have stretched the Indian defence, who was running back towards the goal.
Both countries have made a lot of these young players also play for their senior team in recent months, and that maturity is showing through, especially for Pakistan. A lot of good decisions when moving forward and also when defending. You can see that it's not just the men with the captain's armband, but a few other players who make some good quick decisions. One of those could be required here for the Indians. Did turn the ball in quite nicely, Tanvinder. But again, the Pakistan defense holding firm. This time, have they found a foot? It's just outside the circle. Gurjinder does well, but needs to get this going quickly. The idea was right, but unfortunately, neither Prabdeep nor Talvinder close enough to it.
But Divan, you're still seeing the ball which is fired by Gurjinder is a diagonal ball going into the circle, but the main thing for us is to understand that none of the strikers are creating space and asking for the ball. Nobody is offering himself or presenting himself for a pass. They're just waiting in line there instead of creating panic in the Pakistan defense by moving around.
And as you saw quite amply in that last replay, wherever there's an Indian shirt, there's a Pakistan green shirt just around the corner. India just getting, in some respects, a little bit frustrated, because they have been creating those forays into the opposition half, but just not getting into the D enough with good numbers, as Cedric pointed out. And they must be careful of the Pakistan breakaways.
Pakistan playing very like a half-court press most of the time, waiting for the ball to come to receive the ball, and then playing on the counter-attacks.
This man is quite a delight to watch. The captain Umar Bhutta did well, receives the ball back, looking for an Indian foot, doesn't find it. Composed defending on that occasion from Surendra Kumar. Free hit is well intercepted by Pakistan. It's a long ball which has almost been received by Dilbar. This is why he's such a dangerous customer. Always in a position to receive the ball.
Well, that is a good pass by the Pakistani skipper. A good interception by him. He looks for the pass, plays the ball through without wasting time, and a nice short lead by the Pakistani center striker, but he didn't disrupt the ball.
Well, here come the Indians, and there goes the ball. Outstanding contribution in defense today from Pakistan. Particularly Rizwan Jr. has been a standout. Again, he was the man who effected the interception. Arsalan Qadir wins a free hit for his team. Shah was looking for the run down the right from Zohaib Ashraf.
At any given time, Pakistan has 4 defenders. They know that the Indian strikers are very quick. They know that they've got a good skill factor, and they're not pushing up too many in the attack. They know that they've got also good strength in the attack, good depth in the attack in terms of their strikers who can go very strong on a one-to-one situation. So they're holding back and just waiting for India to make the mistakes and then throwing the counters on them or throwing the aerial balls on them.
India looking to keep as much possession as possible, and every now and then getting those hits going, trying to whip them in with pace. This time it was Imran Khan who sent it in. Took a Pakistan stick along the way, and that's why it's led to this long corner for the Indians. Pradeep Moore smacking it in yet again, but hitting a lot of these balls in hope, aren't they, Cedric?
Well, I've been saying it that if they don't move the Pakistan defense, they're just hoping for a chance that they deflect or, you know,
quite a strong swing. And a few aches and pains already, this time for Sadbir. Red hot subcontinental clash. Less than 3 minutes in this first half. Pakistan leading by virtue of a 7th minute strike, which came, need one remind you, of Rizwan Ali pretty much against the run of play. So that emphasizes the importance of taking your chances when they come your way. That's a very good steal from the Indian captain. It's 3-on-3 at the moment. Moving forward, and Manpreet just cannot provide the finishing touch.
well, a great steal by Manpreet, and then just over the 25-yard line. He moves inside, looks for Mandeep, plays the ball to Mandeep very well. Mandeep goes down, plays a minus pass for Manpreet, but he just pushes the ball wide. A lovely little 1-2 pass by the Indian players, and a greatest opportunity just missed.
That's more like it. That tells you that they have that individual skill to definitely run rings around the Pakistan defenders, provided they get those passes and movements correct. India are getting warmer, but Pakistan are doing a fine job of defending this one goal cushion that they have. Again picked up in midfield, but Malak cannot retain possession long enough. This is Ahmad Butt, and just make sure that he keeps possession with Pakistan. They would want to try and make sure that they take a one-goal cushion into this break. Mohammad Dilbar, very skillful player. That could have been dangerous, but very, very timely intervention from Pradeep Moore. This is Imran Khan. Good attempt from Irfan, but well won by Malak Singh. Into the last 60 seconds now. Gurjinder sweeps it in, and a diving attempt from Malak as well. I would think if he had GPS trackers on these players, then Malak Singh would probably have gotten closest to the Pakistan goal on a few occasions.
Well, that was a great sweep by Gurjinder right across the whole goal mouth. The thing is that Pakistani players were all actually ball watching. There's one, nobody marked Malak at the far corner there, and he just missed it. It was a great dive, a great try by him.
Free hit in the closing seconds. Just outside the box. The senior team watches on, willing on their younger counterparts. It's a first half that has been played at a frenetic pace, and just a few frustrated figures of the Indians, because they've got close on a couple of occasions, but it's Manzoor ul Hassan's team which holds a one-goal advantage as we go into the break. The goal came from Rizwan Ali, number 10, and it was created by a beautiful movement down the right, just catching the Indian defense napping, the pass coming in, the assist coming in from that outstanding number 9 of theirs, Mohammad Dilbar. And after that, some stout defending. Lots and lots of attacks from the Indians, but the Pakistan defense doing its job, as did their goalkeeper Mazhar Abbas. So in this clash of traditional rivals, thus far there hasn't been any joy for the home side, India, because at the end of the first 35 minutes, it's Pakistan 1, India 0.
For photos, videos, and pictures, and hockey, follow us on Twitter at FIH_hockey, #XJWC, and Instagram at FIH. Thank you, and let's hockey. Like to thank Hero Motorcorp Limited for their license sponsorship of the Hero Home Junior World Cup.
There's been only one goal thus far in this 9th and 10th classification match between Pakistan and India at the Hero Junior World Cup, but it was the first half which was not short on action at all. Pakistan were under the caution the early moments, but this Hit was very quickly taken by Rizwan Jr. Fell to Dilbar and he immediately found Rizwan Ali, who was just ghosting in behind the Indian defense. The Indian defenders guilty of a little bit of ball watching. Amit Rohidas falling back, and then Pradeep Moore also not doing his job of marking his man. Then the Indians came forward on a number of occasions. This was one of the early chances which fell. Imran Khan with a reverse hit. Didn't quite find its mark. This was another dangerous moment for the Indian defenders. Yet again guilty of ball watching, and nearly made to pay for that by Muhammad Adnan. And then good bit of goalkeeping by Mazhar Abbas, with Malak Singh getting into a very dangerous position. And both teams actually using the long ball to good effect. This was beautifully done. Manpreet Singh getting the ball away. Give and go with Mandeep, and on hindsight perhaps should have finished better. But that will be reflected in the stats that India have dominated possession, 65% possession. Only one penalty corner, that was from Pakistan. And 15 circle penetrations, which were pretty much split down the middle. In fact, one more for India and one short apiece. But the most important statistic right on top, one goal. And not common, but full credit to both teams. No cards as yet in this match. Just a quick reminder, we are on Facebook at FI Hockey and at Twitter at FIH_hockey. I'm sure you are watching what's going on and you're following this red hot game. Make sure you send us your tweets with the hashtag HJWC. That's where we are, FI Hockey on Facebook. I don't know about you, Cedric. Are you much of a Facebook person yourself?
Definitely not. Sorry to say about that.
Well, it's worth it just to get onto the FI Hockey website to do that. But, well, we've seen a very, very interesting first 35 minutes, and it must be said, Pakistan have handled the pressure very well here.
Yes, Pakistan held the pressure very well. They've been able to smother the Indian attacks. There were just two really guilty chances for India to put that ball inside the net. But both are hit out, and one the Pakistani goalkeeper saved very well. The game is swinging from end to end. Basically, it's because both teams are losing possession very easily. There are easy turnovers, and that is being exploited by both teams. And if you look at what has happened in the first 35 minutes, India's had much more possession of the game, but the shots at goal or the penetration circle about the same.
Well, no shortage of support. And they've come in all ages, they've come in all nationalities. Supporters of New Zealand will be eagerly looking forward to their classification matches tomorrow. But easily the most electrifying atmosphere, and if India do find the goal, then that will be an interesting test of character for this Pakistan team too.
Well, the defense has held on very well for the first 35 minutes, and that's why there have been only so few shots at goal in spite of being so many circle penetrations. The Pakistan defense has held very well. The Indians have really controlled play in terms of the possession, but what's going to happen in the next 35 minutes, one can't tell, because it's a full of passion game. It's a game where one can never tell what's going to happen with the skill factor being so high.
This is, of course, a clash of former champions. India champions in 2001, Pakistan champions in 1979. And while they haven't been in medal contention this time around, but there's still the small matter of this match to be decided. The final before the final, as some of them are calling it. And well synchronized as well. The Indian and Pakistan teams coming out at exactly the same time, just crisscrossing along the way as they swap ends for the second half. This time India in yellow will be hitting from left to right, and defending their goal on the right will be the Pakistan team in green. Some anxious faces, but well, there's still 35 minutes to go. And who knows, we could be in for a shootout, the second possibly of this Hero Junior World Cup. But for that to happen, India will need to score at least one goal here this evening. Former two-time India coach Cedric D'Souza alongside me in the commentary box as Pakistan get things moving. And leading by 1-0 thanks to a 7th-minute strike by Rizwan Ali. The team which settles down earlier in the second half will always feel a little bit more comfortable. The first half was a bit to and fro, even though India had more possession. But as the other numbers suggested, that it's been a very, very close contest. For a while, there were 12 Indian players out on the field. And that's why Amit Rohidas had to leave. So the pressure going to everybody, isn't it? And with Rohidas not there, India effectively playing with 3 defenders, and they can ill afford mistakes like that one. Oh, looking for the stick. This is what Pakistan does well too.
Well, the cross ball coming from Umar Bhatta, very strong ball along into the circle, deep in the circle. What I liked about the Pakistan player was the fact that he was already down in the position with the stick down for deflection and not standing upright.
It's been an outstanding defensive performance from both teams. Just the one shot apiece and just the one penalty corner in this match. Points to 2 things. The discipline has been good, and in terms of attack, the variety has perhaps on a few occasions been just a little bit lacking. So that imagination will have to come through in these second 35 minutes. Well, chasing the game, the Indians, with the crowd behind them. If you were in the Indian camp at this stage, what would your half-time talk have been?
Well, I would tell the Indians to get into the Pakistani lines of defense. Get into those lines of defense. I would push up 2 or 3 players and put up 3 players into the Pakistani circle. And when the striker received the ball, I would ask them to play the ball back. Mix it. Sometimes go through. Sometimes play the ball back, so that you can create space for yourself on the baseline, especially. Get to the baseline as fast as possible. As far as Pakistan is concerned, I would use more quick balls, especially. Start the game quicker. I would use the aerial ball more. And I would soak the pressure as they're doing so far, and pull the midfielder inwards and look for down the line channel ball.
This time it was the Indians getting up, pressing right up to the baseline. Talwinder was looking for a pass back, but just couldn't keep it back in play. Pakistan defending in good numbers at the moment. Each of their player is in their side of the pitch. Only Mohammad Dilbar somewhat up front, beyond the first 25. All of the rest of those green shirts right in there, making a human wall. As they would say, park the bus.
Although all the Pakistani players are back in defense, you still find some of the Indian players open. So there's basically not a man-to-man marking there at all.
Just couldn't control this one. It was beautifully worked. The last pass came in from Ahmad, and the goal scorer, Rizwan, couldn't quite control it. And now looking for a clearance, but goes straight back to Pakistan possession. Early moments of the second half, Cedric, Indians looking a little like they wanted to use the flanks to begin with. That run from the flank by Talwinder.
Yes, when you use the flanks, you stretch the defense. And when you stretch the defense, you get width in attack. And when you get width in attack, you get gaps in the center of the field, so which can be exploited. So it's very important for the Indians to use the width as much as possible. In fact, both teams to use the width, not one.
Absolutely, it's a meeting between 2 teams with tremendous pace. And so often with these junior players in particular, it's also a matter of confidence. And what we've seen thus far is a very, very confident Pakistan unit for sure. That was turned in well, but a crucial intervention from Gurjinder. And the whistle wasn't blown because it was played between 2 Indian players, am I right?
But it wasn't dangerous to the opposition, so there was no breach of dangerous play.
It's a hard game this, and it's a hard climb for the Indians at the moment, but not one that is beyond them. Still a lot of time left in this match, more than half an hour. again, Pakistan moving forward in good numbers. And the first green card of the match goes to Mandeep Singh. Tense moments, and just to ease up the tension, a little bit of a statistic. We've had 98 green cards, exactly half as many as the number of goals in this tournament thus far, 196.
Well, the good thing is there are more goals than cards.
Good for Pakistan here to just have a little bit of possession, slow things down a little, dictate the pace of the second half, which once again has got off to a pretty frenetic start. Not as much as the first though. But the Indians will always be looking to charge down and utilize that scorching pace, especially of Talwinder.
Well, if you look at it again, he's looking for a through ball through a host of Pakistani defenders. Play the ball back exactly that way. Look, switch the game, now fire the ball inside. But again, Pakistani players, because the switch was so slow, the Pakistani defense was standing and not even moving.
Not to forget, these are two teams that know so much about each other, have played a lot in recent times. A lot of them have been part of the senior setup as well for either side, as also the Sultan of Johor Cup as recently as September. All the way back into defense from Kothajit. India have definitely pushed a few men forward. It's those gaps in the midfield which is forcing them to play these long balls.
Well, you still find the striker standing on the 25-yard line. They should be pushing up even more towards the baseline. This will pull the Pakistani defense deeper into the baseline and have a lot of space on top of the circle.
Touch of frustration from the Indian head coach. And after just a little bit of a rest, it does look like Amit Rohidas will come back into the action shortly. So India might revert to a bit more of a traditional formation at the back. But it's an interesting phase of play where they're pushing more men up, including Gurjinder Singh, who's virtually playing in midfield at the moment. And Pradeep Moore also not afraid to move forward. Turning this one back to the captain Manpreet. He'll look for his options. He has Gurjinder to his left, but chooses to go with Pradeep. Here's Amit, who has replaced Sukhmanjit. Oh. They were just building on something substantial, but just giving the ball away. And some lack of discipline from the Pakistanis.
Well, you got to stop that ball before you push it. No rolling ball allowed.
Tell you what, these are young men out on the field, and one match in which you don't want to be making silly little errors is Pakistan against India. Umar Bhutta with an audacious attempt at getting through the Indian defense, and does win a free hit for his team.
It was a nice inside-out dodge. Cut one Indian defender, almost beat the second one, but he was obstructed. These wild hits are of no consequence, whether it be India or Pakistan. It's of no consequence because the entire defense is standing. You must be able to hit this ball when you find that the player is not in position, when you find the defense is not in position.
That was a delightful bit of skill from Bhutta and might be called upon once again. The run is coming in from Arsalan Qadir. He's made a difference today. He was given, of course, a red card in one of the previous encounters. That one was against Germany. That led to his two-match suspension. Missed out the game against Belgium and the one against South Africa. Now possession for the Indians. Mandeep, edge of the box, finds a foot. And it will be a first penalty corner for India. And what's more, Gurjinder Singh is on the mark. And that's why the one for sure.
But Mandeep gets the ball and he's looking for a pass, a wind up to the baseline. For Talbinder, but it hits the Pakistani foot and a penalty corner. You can see how frustrated the Pakistani player is. He knows that's a very it's a danger point for his team because Gurjinder's on the other side.
It was Ahmad Butt who normally gets into aggressive positions. He was defending, so that tells you about the convictions of this Pakistan team. And what's interesting is as this PC is about to be taken, a lot of people have moved in behind the Pakistani goal, just cranking up the pressure on the neighbours. Gurjinder at the top of the box. Injection is a good one, but it's an outstanding save too from Mazhar Abbas. Showing the virtues of staying on your feet.
Well, it's a good flick, powerful flick to the right-hand side of the keeper. Keeper does very well with the stick and his outstretched glove.
This time once again, oh! That nearly took a deflection, wicked deflection of one of the Pakistan players. This was the penalty corner attempt.
Well, a good flick and a great save by a Pakistani keeper. Great save.
Even greater than the save was that reaction. What do you think he was suggesting, Cedric?
But he was really pumped up for the save because it's a known fact that Gurjinder is a world-class flicker in terms of this level of hockey. So he was really pumped up that he made that save.
I think he was indicating he wants half a naan. Probably not. But Gurjinder getting involved in what he likes to do best. And you get the impression that if the Indians get another bite of the cherry, then this time they could capitalize. But as it stands, Pakistan still proudly hold that one goal advantage in this match. Amit Rohidas on to Gurjinder. Kothajit. He has had a very quiet Hero Junior World Cup too. A man who impressed us all, didn't he, Cedric, during the India League?
Well, Kothajit had a fantastic India League. So did Amit Rohidas. These youngsters who have played at a great level of hockey at the senior level as well as at the HIL level have not really shown their true colors in this Junior World Cup. Amit has played very well, but Kothajit has not shown his true strengths.
Mazhar Abbas just realigning his pads. I think he's enjoying the little bit of attention coming in also from the umpire, Jonas Swantek. Tell you what, some pressure on this man, isn't it? Lots and lots of planning going into it. Still furiously scribbling. But it's not beyond them yet. 1-0 only.
But as a coach, you're scribbling right through. You're scribbling on the pitch, scribbling even in the toilet if possible on the toilet paper. There's so much work to be done. You get some ideas and you keep at it all the time. But coming back to the game, yes, with a one-goal lead, it's just not enough at this level of hockey. You never know what's going to happen. There's still 21 minutes to go, 22 minutes to go.
Harjeet. Oh, that's a tremendous interception. He has been so influential today, Rizwan Jr. But can he do enough about this pass? Well, the Pakistan team recovers and come away with the ball. What's been delightful to watch is their composure. Even under pressure, they've held their nerve. And right from forward line to the goalkeeper, they've all kept their composure today, haven't they?
Yes, I think that's happened. I think they learned from their mistakes in the first couple of games that they played here. They had the composure was shot to pieces when they played against Egypt. But they've come into their own now. Actually, both teams have played very well. You know, both teams have played in terms of their composure, in terms of their match temperament has improved with each game.
Yes, just that one defeat apiece for both teams. Now that was enough to put them out of contention for the top spots, the quarterfinals. Who knows, this could have been an ideal last 8 or a last 4, but well, if wishes were horses. So let's just get down to the fact of the matter that whoever wins this will get through to 9 points, or rather the 9th position. And whoever loses will be resigned to their second defeat in this Hero Junior World Cup. Pakistan yet again showing that maturity in moving up in numbers as well. Dilbar the lone man up front when the attack is broken down. So inviting the Indians onto them. India will still have a lion's share of possession, 62% to be precise. But all other numbers very, very even. Just the one circle penetration extra for India. And also the extra shot. So they've had the only shot in the second half, which was, of course, of that penalty corner, beautifully saved by Mazhar Abbas. Here comes Pakistan. Just couldn't bring that under control.
If you look at it, Pakistani players on the baseline, he's stretching the defense as much as possible. There's a great run by Moore Butter, comes down into the circle, looks for, beats Sukamjit with a deft flick over his stick, and the Pakistani striker on the baseline didn't hawk that ball. Talking about just losing one match, actually both these teams lost the first match, they won the second match, they drew the third match, and they won the fourth match. Is exactly what happened between these two teams.
Yes, it was just the severity of the defeat. Pakistan losing to Germany in their second game after beating Egypt the first time around. As for India, a brave performance against Netherlands, followed by a close shave against Canada, where they could so easily have lost. So that's been the story of this Hero Junior World Cup. Barring a couple of standout teams, it's been so even amongst everybody else. That's very well done by Tawseeq to keep it in play. Quickly receives the ball back from Ahmad, sending in a high ball. Just the last few minutes, it does look like the pace of the game has slowed down, and that would suit Pakistan more, I would think.
I think from a turnover point of view, when India gets the ball, they've got tremendous speed up front, and whether the pace has gone slow down, Pakistan is slowing the pace as much as possible, but India's, whenever they get the ball, they push really hard with tremendous speed. But when you have that kind of speed, you also give easy turnovers.
It's not an easy job, is it, coach?
It never is, because you know you have to depend on the players playing and taking their own decisions on the ground. You as a coach can only train them, and after that it's up to them on the pitch. At all levels of hockey, whether it be the HIL, whether it be the national team or the junior national team.
That's a long ball. That's been well received by Mandeep Singh. It was his trickery which led to the only penalty corner thus far for India. Manpreet, who also played a good give and go in the first half. Gurjinder onto the left, forced to turn all the way back. Here comes Gurjinder yet again, taking on Arsalan Qadir. Well, he's given the ball away. This can be dangerous, but India falling back rapidly. And it's a superb steal from Amit. Well done in response by Faisal Qadir. Qadir brothers having a good game. Faisal in defense. 17 years of age, and Arsalan Qadir 19. Both of them coming from the southern Punjab town of Dera Ghazi Khan, which has produced a few fine hockey players. This has been given away. Prabdeep on to the skipper. Yet again, an opportunity providing itself, but Prabdeep Singh on a few occasions has missed out in terms of some basics. Still 16 minutes, close to 16 minutes though, to try and pull this one back for the Indians. Just a goal in it. Amit Rohidas, very good composed defending. Read it perfectly. And also read the movements of Mohammad Dilbar to perfection.
If you look at that aerial ball played by Amit Rohidas, the thing is that he's played the ball where Manjeet is standing. Mandeep should have been inside and the space being created and then running for the ball which is there. Because if Mandeep was inside, the Pakistani defender would have been inside with him, and then the space was available for the flick.
Dilbar was looking to move away but was shielding the ball and deemed to be a foul. Allows India to come away with the ball. Here's Sadbir. Had a good industrious first half, working really hard down the flanks and also through the middle. Temporary suspension for Pakistan. Ahmad Butt forced off the pitch. Rohidas turning this one in. It's being received in a good position, going for the shot. Well saved yet again. Mazhar Abbas is an unstoppable force today. Still with Indian possession though. Here's Manpreet. Cannot find Sadbir. That was a good opportunity, Cedric.
Well, a great pass by Mamit into the circle. You look at Amit's pass. Beautiful pass into the circle. Picked up by Akashdeep and a hit at goal, but a great save again by Mazhar.
Virtually swatting flies away. So Mazhar Abbas was the man with the save. This of course is Ahmad. And Ahmad Butt picks up the 99th green card of the Hero Junior World Cup. So we are getting closer to that unwanted landmark. Tell you what, we are still 4 goals away from number 200, and the outstanding crowd at the National Stadium will not mind too much if we get that inside the next 13 minutes. And ideally, most of them coming from the men wearing yellow. Here's Amit Rohidas. For the moment, 1 goal will do. Satbir Singh moving forward. Lots and lots of green shirts in there. Outstanding defending yet again. Exemplary stuff. Just reading it to perfection, Rizwan Jr. He's handled that defense so well, led the defense, and together with Mazhar Abbas has kept the Indians at bay right through today. Indians looking to move forward yet again. There's the captain, Manpreet Singh. He's got 3 yellow shirts inside the box. Now a 4th man joining in, but all the action along the side for Sadbir. If there are 4 Indian shirts, then there are about 7, 8 Pakistan green shirts in there.
And what they're doing is they're keeping the center line of defense completely locked up. The center line is the center spine, which I say, which comes from the hit to the center of the goal. That has been blocked up completely. From the point of attack to the center of the goal, that line, which is the most dangerous ball, which is the most shortest distance to the goal, is being blocked up completely by the Pakistan defense.
Long ball. Won't bother the Indian defense too much. It's more about the action at the other end, coming close towards the last 10 minutes mark. And that's when the team which has the advantage starts getting visions of victory. They won't be breathing easy yet. Pradeep Moore. Free hit for the Indians. That's a useful possession. Mandeep got a fast touch, but he had his back to the ball.
Well, even if he had his back to the ball, he could have squeezed that shot inside. The first touch was horrible. And at that point of time, and especially so deep in the circle, the first touch is a very, very important thing to be done.
And you could see in that move itself, there were a few Pakistan defenders, but they once again kept their wits about themselves, didn't come up with any indiscretion. It's been that discipline which has been so remarkable from a Pakistan team known for its volatility, but today they've kept their nerve outstandingly. Moving forward once again.
The idea was very good, the through ball, but I think the Pakistani left striker wasn't ready for that pass. He should have led much earlier.
Ahmad right at the end, just unable to get across to that ball, but a good run from the heart of defense by Tasawwur Abbas, highlighting why the Indians must not take it easy at the back. Pakistan are utilizing those breakaways quite effectively. This is another opportunity for them. Ahmad got his foot, and that's why the free hit goes India's way. Good call from Paul Walker, the disengaged the umpire from the far end from us. Gurjinder. Well, that's an unforced error. Less than 10 minutes now. Time running out for the Indians. Will need a goal, and quickly. Again, some outstanding defending. Good commitment from Pakistan. Irfan looking to release Rizwan. Gurjinder through to Sadbir. Scooped up nicely. Received by Mandeep. Can he keep it in play? He does well. Concedes the free hit though. Just unable to find the final thrust, aren't they? But no credit is enough, Cedric, for the Pakistan team and the way that they've performed today.
Well, it's a surprise performance by Pakistan because they haven't played just skillful hockey in terms of running with the ball. They've had quite an organization in their midfield and in the defense, because to be able to hold this game for, well, it's only 8 minutes to go, and they got the goal in the first 7 minutes, so you had it for 63 minutes approximately.
Yes, in fact, one could say it at the risk of sounding a little bit stereotypical, but it's been a European performance from an Asian powerhouse.
But to a certain extent, definitely.
And full credit to Manzoor Ul Hassan and his support staff. Remember, their support staff has some stalwarts. The likes of Tahir Zaman, Saeed Anjum, Danish Kaleem.
Well, I'd say this is all Tahir Zaman's work. He's a FIH master coach and he knows exactly what he's doing. He's been talking about this for a long, long time. And slowly and surely you can see the changes being made in the Pakistan team.
What they want in these last 8 minutes or last 7 minutes that are left is to keep possession as long as possible. This won't help. Tremendous effort from them. Ramandeep Singh had 2 goals in the last match. They have definitely missed his fox in the box ability inside the box. Manpreet. On to the left. Surinder finding Prabdeep. Back with the Indian skipper. Options up front include Talwinder, who he was looking for, but again a brilliant interception from Pakistan in the midfield. Well picked up here by Malak. Has had a slightly quiet second half. This was split through, but Satbir took his time. Still has possession though, and he has found a foot, but it is outside the box, so it will only be a free hit. Now quickly trying to turn it in, and Pakistan dealing it with composure. Anxious last few moments of this half, one would imagine. Indians trying desperately to extract an error from the defense, but it's just not forthcoming tonight. Once again pushed through. Here comes Akashdeep. That's well found. And for once, Mazhar Abbas looking like he might have a few troubles. And it's a penalty corner for the Indians. The Pakistanis look like they might want to rep for it. No, they're just settling their own nerves because here's another opportunity for the Indians.
Well, I think the ball bobbed in slowly into the circle, gone to the baseline. Malak pushes the ball, and he was looking for the ball. He wanted to pat the ball out, looking for the ball. Well, they're really fortunate to get that penalty corner because nobody was there, and the ball was loose. Oh yes, it was a foot. It was a clean foot by the Pakistani and a penalty corner for India.
But the noise levels have increased, and I'm afraid the roof will come down if Gurjinder Singh scores. Fasten your seatbelts.
I think he'll go low this time.
This one for 1-1. Low it is! 1-1 it is! Beautifully called, Cedric, and beautifully scored, Gurjinder.
A nice injection coming at the top of the circle. A great stop, and the ball played. Actually, went off Mazhar's palm.
If it's a penalty corner, it must be Gurjinder. And that is how it turns out to be. He notches up his 6th goal of the Hero Junior World Cup. Now to go clear of Maxime Plenavaux of Belgium. India back on level terms. Now there's everything to play for. The possibility of a shootout hangs in the balance. There goes the long ball.
Well, Gurjinder scored in the last 5 minutes again.
As the odds were in favour of him when they had missed out once, was denied by Mazhar Abbas, and was called perfectly by our expert in the commentary box, Cedric. Thought he might go low. Just thought it took a bit of a deflection, but it was good enough to beat Mazhar Abbas. And in the end, you would have to say, just reward for the Indians for really hustling the Pakistan defence. Here they come. Can they find the winner? No, Prabdeep Singh just cannot get to the ball. The idea was right from Akashdeep. These will be some anxious last 3 moments here for Pakistan. 3 minutes, I should say. Long ball, 2 men up front, but high ball. And that's why the decision going in India's favour. He can afford a smile now. Not over yet, though. Turnover. Possession still with Pakistan. Ahmad, but well stolen by Manpreet.
Oh, fantastic steal by Manpreet because he had a Pakistani player running on the left-hand side, waiting for the shot at goal.
Another long ball. Good time to ask you, former India coach, any memories of any last-minute heartbreak for these two teams in matches involving India and Pakistan? Not necessarily bad ones.
Well, I don't want to talk about them now. It's too close to. Just 2 minutes left.
Yes, it's a sporting history that's riddled with a lot of famous tales, and a lot of them scripted right here at this historic Major Dhyan Chand National Stadium. Named and significantly after a stalwart of the game from pre-partition India. This one, smacking that one across the face, but nobody close enough to it. And now suddenly the pressure is on Pakistan. You can see it in their last couple of moves. A few frantic, hopeful attempts.
Well, I think they're just wasting time by hitting this ball out, and they're not. They should play their normal game, which is to control play.
And we are not seeing any goalkeeping change is likely because neither of them is warming up anywhere around the benches. So most likely, if it goes to a shootout, it will be Abbas against Singh. But here comes Akashdeep. He has found a foot. And the clock will be stopped. Just a bit of an injury here for Tauseef. Oh, just falling awkwardly. Might just have twisted his ankle. The man who's brought India back into the match, Gurjinder Singh, with this penalty corner conversion in the 66th minute.
And what they're going to do now is they're going to play the wide ball to Gurjinder, who's going to fire the ball in the circle. Pakistan defense will have to be catching man to man, but in all probability, the way they play the game is normally one which is a loose defense.
Spread out to the left by Manpreet. Oh, looking for a very, very big shot there, wasn't he?
You look at Pakistan defense again. You find two players, Indian players, unmarked at all, completely open. One standing on the keeper.
Here goes Gurjinder. Might come up with one of those. Hits in, and this time around the whistle goes against the Indians. We are into the last 30 seconds now, and it does look like the shootout is hanging upon us. That'll be a sad way for this to end, because it really has been a spectacular 70 minutes of hockey, but a winner will have to be found. Ahmad looking to find a man up front. The countdown is on, and a penalty shootout it shall be. So India took an early lead in this match. Or rather, Pakistan took an early lead in this match. It was Rizwan Ali who scored in the 7th minute, and now Greg Clark and Baljit Singh Sahni will just need to get all their plans in place. 66th minute strike from the penalty corner by Gurjinder Singh, and that has meant that his goal tally will stay at 6 for this Hero Junior World Cup. But who knows, he might well be one of those men decided to come up and take one of the shootout attempts. So 70 minutes of riveting hockey later. The scoreline after 70 minutes is Pakistan 1, India 1. And if history is any potent, then it was the team which equalized in the semi-final, France and Malaysia, which came out on top in the shootout yesterday. But that will not be particularly relevant at the moment. Well, what a night this crowd has had, Cedric. And it's going to be decided in a lot of tension, but they have been treated to a fantastic, another India-Pakistan classic.
Well, most matches between India and Pakistan are those that go to the wire. And this one being, this is exactly what happened in in this game too. A fantastic, spectacular sport, hard hockey, and a great thrilling game.
But this was how it began. Pakistan goal in the first half. Rizwan Jr. did extremely well to find Mohammad Dilbar, and then the final touch coming in from Rizwan Ali Senior. Rizwan, the other Rizwan as we're calling him. And an outstanding touch just for that split second. The Indian defense caught napping, and then the Indian reply not quite coming there. The first penalty corner, which was beautifully saved by Mazhar Abbas. Just can't get enough of that reaction. And then this ball which was swept in. Akashdeep coming up with the shot again, making it look so simple. Abbas has been outstanding. In fact, will probably be a shoe-in for the man of the match, hero man of the match. But eventually Gurjinder Singh with his 6th goal of the Hero Junior World Cup, driving it through. Good attempt from Abbas, but just couldn't do enough about it. So Harjot Singh and Mazhar Abbas will once again be at the heart of things in the penalty shootout in this match. So, yesterday it was Dave Faulkner in the commentary box. He reckoned that the team which shoots first will have an advantage. You would concur with that?
Yes, I feel that same. I feel the same. The team which shoots first has the advantage. In the end, it comes to who scores.
Absolutely. Well, the Indian shooters have been identified. There's Talwinder, there's Satbir, there's Gurjinder, there's Imran, and to the extreme right, the captain Manpreet. All of them getting a little bit of a pep talk from the assistant coach, Baljeet Singh Sani. And the Pakistan team still in their huddle. Well, he'll be under a lot of pressure, but as we saw yesterday, both the goalkeepers actually really enjoyed themselves. And in the end, it was Saunier in the French goal who did extremely well. But there's a mass exodus happening at the National Stadium, but they're not moving out. They're just moving to the space behind the goal to our right from where we are sitting, because they want the best seat in the house. They want to put some pressure on Pakistan. It is Pakistan who will be shooting first, because Harjot is taking his position. Who will their first shooter be? No doubt Irfan is in there, so is the captain Omar Bhutta. Tawseek is there as well. He takes the penalty corners for them. Dilbar is in there too. And who's it going to be first of all?
Well, you know, in a penalty shootout, the most important thing is the goalkeeper imposing himself in the circle, getting off the line as fast as he can and getting to the penalty spot, and then balancing himself and getting ready for the either the dodge or the hit at him. Impose yourself in the circle, get off the line fast, and get to the penalty spot. 3 cardinal rules of a shootout for a goalkeeper.
The seniors also looking a little bit anxious. Quite happy to see themselves on the big screen. And this is good to see. Both teams in their respective ways united in whatever happens from here on. It will be Irfan with the first attempt for Pakistan. Can he give them the advantage? Yesterday, France went first, and their first shot was saved. It was rather hit wide. Here goes Irfan. Harjot comes out, and he scores. That's nicely done by Irfan. Took his time over it, and in the end, the execution was perfect.
Well, it was a good movement by Irfan. He did a body dodge, fake dodge, and then he just put the ball past the diving Harjot. Harjot should have come out and closed the ball down a little faster. He's not coming off the line fast and not coming onto the penalty spot. He's between both the penalty spot and the line.
So it's Pakistan 1, India 0. It's Gurjinder, the man who has given India a bit of a lifeline in this. This is a different game though. Here goes Gurjinder. He's done brilliantly. It was a brilliant bit of keeping, anticipation from Abbas, but Gurjinder kept his nerve.
Well, what he did was he just moved the ball to the right-hand side, got the keeper moving, committed the keeper to the left, and then put the ball through. I didn't see any sidestep movement by the keepers. The keepers are just standing and throwing their body. You've got to sidestep more instead of just throwing your body.
Nothing separating the noisy neighbors tonight. Here goes Mohammad Tawseek with the second shot for his team. Comes off the mark quite quickly and rounds off the keeper. Very, very easily done. No chance for Harjot.
Well, a very nice movement by the Pakistani striker. All he does is moves the keeper, shows the ball to the right-hand side, spins off, and plays the ball into the open goal. Harjot should not commit. You are not supposed to commit to the keeper. You must make the other patient make the commitment first and then react accordingly.
There's Talwinder. There'll be an awful lot of pressure on him as well, but he's been outstanding too. Through the 70 minutes, one must say. Crowd behind him. Gets close to Mazhar. Does well. Shows Mazhar Abbas a clean set of heels and finishes it off with a lot of aplomb.
Well, I think the important thing to understand is that he was so confident when he came inside. Mazhar committed himself. Both keepers are committing themselves before the penalty shootout or the shoot at goal.
The support staff of the Indian senior team: Rola Altmans, Terry Walsh, Vasudevan Bhaskaran, all looking on anxiously. Rizwan Jr., who's been absolutely outstanding today. It's well saved! He has been probably the best Pakistan player of the match today, Rizwan Jr., but all of that was in defense. This time he needed to score, and he was denied well.
Well, it's the first time Harpreet hasn't thrown his body. He has stood, waited, he came out of the line fast enough, just waited, and he just sidestepped, and he got the ball. Such an easy save when you just got to sidestep and don't commit yourself.
Chance for Imran Khan to put India ahead for the very first time. You have to have nerves of steel in situations like this. Imran goes in, but that's beautifully done. This time it's Mazhar Abbas who replies in kind. And it's all back to square one, or rather one should say back to 2-2.
Well, a good save by Mazhar. Again, Imran Khan not moving the keeper enough, going straight at the keeper. Keeper stood his ground and made a save.
This match very much still in the balance as Umar Bhutta, the captain, comes up. Off he goes. Just watch out for that clock on top as well. That's the indication of how much time he has, and he's done it beautifully. Oh, super skill.
A lot of confidence in that flick. He gets the ball, he comes towards the keeper. Keeper comes down, closes him down, and just lifts the ball over the keeper. A very nice shoot.
3-2, Pakistan back, pulling ahead. Satbir Singh comes in. India once again will need to score just to keep pace with their opponents. Harjot has been quite composed in the last couple of attempts. Will he keep his cool this time? Mazhar Abbas rather, up against him. Oh, outstanding save! Beautifully done. And now Pakistan must surely be feeling it. They're almost there.
Well, a good save by Mazhar again. Satbir coming in, doesn't turn the keeper enough. Keeper commits well enough, smothers the ball and play the ball across out of the baseline.
If Dilbar scores here, then it's all over. Pakistan will have sealed up the 9th position in the Hero Junior World Cup. And it'll be largely thanks to their keeper, Mazhar Abbas. Not over yet. Here comes Dilbar. And he scores, and Pakistan have sealed up that 9th position. It is a fine performance from the team whose campaign almost went on the rails when they were beaten by Germany 6-1. They've still only finished 9th, but it is a fine performance. In their arch rivals' den, they have proved to be the superior team on the night. Cedric.
Well, they've held the defense very well, and I think the first thing about any team is the defense has to be held properly. Pakistan held the defense well. They got the early goal. For 65 minutes, they kept the early goal, and then in the last 5 minutes, Gurjinder scored a fantastic flick. But in the shootout, they kept their nerve, which was surprising to see because there was a partisan crowd.
And here's the reception. This is beautiful to see. The crowd just giving a reception to the Pakistan team. Forget everything else. This is what it's all about. It's sport, and it was a high-quality performance from this man. Mazhar Abbas, really the hero of the night for Pakistan. Kept them in the game, and then eventually a series of saves, which forced this eventual one to come to Dilbar. And the celebrations that followed. And he knew it all along. He knew that Dilbar was not going to miss. Really has been a tremendous performance from Pakistan. Kept their shape right through. It should be mentioned, India dominated large parts of the game, had more of the possession right through, created perhaps the closer chances. But in the end, it was about this man, Mazhar Abbas, and his teammates doing a fantastic job First of defending the 1-goal lead and then keeping their shape in spite of India coming back into that match inside the 70 minutes. So the India seniors, just watch on. India will have to contend themselves with the 10th position in the Hero Junior World Cup, because after all the dust has settled, then India have been outplayed in this match via penalty shootout though. The congratulatory messages must be coming in from Manzoorul Hassan. And really, they have discovered a few heroes on the night. Rizwan Ali with the early conversion, which shocked the Indian team as well as the crowd. And it was a fantastic return by the Indians. They came back into it. They fought back as well as they could. They got that goal in from Gurjinder Singh. And spare a thought for Harjot, who was quite outstanding even in the shootout. And the camaraderie all too evident. The two subcontinental brothers have played out an outstanding match. There it is, reception for the victors, and just as much of congratulations for the vanquished. But they've done a good job. They've really turned this campaign around. They had that scratchy 3-2 victory over Egypt. Then they lost to Germany 6-1. And then a fine performance against Belgium, where they were leading 2-0 at one stage, eventually finished 2-2, and beating South Africa 4-0, and now getting a victory over India after 1-1 in regulation time. 4-2 in the end in the penalty shootout, the second penalty shootout of the Hero Junior World Cup. So congratulations to Pakistan for the way that they have performed. Final group photo for the newspapers tomorrow. Pakistan have sealed up the 9th position in the Hero Junior World Cup. Lots and lots of heroes on the night. Let's find out who the hero man of the match is with Charlie Broom.
Well, what a match on the penultimate day of action here at the Hero Hockey Junior World Cup. India dominating, but one of the reasons they didn't win is this man next to me. Welcome to the Hero Player of the Match presentation. I'm delighted to say that Balbir Singh Senior has joined me here, a 3-time Olympian, 48 in London, 52 in Helsinki, and captain in Melbourne in 56, where of all 3 gold medal winning performances. And the man of the match is Mazhar Abbas from Pakistan. Congratulations, Mazhar. He picks up the Hero Man of the Match trophy, and if Balbir Singh will give Mazhar a cheque for 12,000 rupees, and that will do the official parts. Now, Mazhar, if I might have a quick word with you. Some game, congratulations. Pakistan under some pressure, but a good game.
Yeah, because today was we have a very pressure lot of pressure, because we are playing with India against India in India, and that's why, because we are lose the quarter-final, and that's why the guys was so. But now today we play very well, and that's why we won this match.
And the game was played in a very good spirit at the end, the crowd applauding your performance. That must be nice to see.
Yeah, I am really thanks to the crowd, because they are supporting not only India, they are supporting us, and that's why we win this game, and this is a good game in the field.
And how was the experience in playing in this Junior Hockey World Cup for you and Pakistan?
Yeah, experience was very well, because it was our motto. Because our motto was we will play the semi-final, final, and unfortunately we can't play that. And but so we are.
Well, Mazhar, listen, many congratulations on your Hero Man of the Match awardee, and thank you very much, Balbir Singh Senior.
Well, no joy in terms of their final placements for the Indians and the Pakistanis. Pakistan finishing 9th, India finishing 10th. Well, the teams which are playing the final are right bottom of screen, but it will be an entertaining day's play. The first match will be between Korea and New Zealand for 7th and 8th place. Then a 5th place match between Belgium and Australia. Belgium with 20 goals are the 2nd highest goal scorer thus far as a team in this competition. Malaysia and Netherlands will be battling it out for 3rd position. Great credit to Malaysia for having got there. They are still the only team not to have lost inside the 70 minutes. And then the big final, France against Germany. Germany 5 times champions, and a team which has always won when the Junior World Cup has come to Asia. Do watch out for those matches.